Alright, good morning. Alright, so once again, here I am. I'm actually going to be using this body cam for now to do these recordings. You know, because it's much easier for me to do this. You know, I can walk, I can free up my hand. I can also do this. You know, just to kind of be a goober. So here I am. This will also go in my shorts video. The body cam one probably end up going into my regular YouTube based on, you know, the algorithms. Oh, I got a WhatsApp text from a pretty lady. Nice. So yeah, that's pretty much of that. I'm gonna angle this up a bit. Alright, so yeah, I picked up the body cam, 18 bucks. You know, so it's got infrared and all that crap. It's not that great, but what do you expect for a fucking, you know, $18 device? You know, the camera was 8 bucks and the memory card was, you know, the additional 10. So anyhow, so that's what I'll be using. Excuse me. That's what I'll be using when I do these videos. Anyhow, let me shut my phone off. I'm just trying to wipe that out. I know my phone's a piece of shit. I did this in my Santa Cruz glitch. Not sure if it's the vehicle, you know, or the you know, my phone. You know, in fact, I'll be using this, you know, when I do my driving videos, because, you know, it's much easier because both hands are free and my eyes are on the road. And so yeah, here I am at, you know, Riverside Park in Alexandria. You know, I like to come here, clear my thoughts out, all that shit, talk to you guys. You know, I do try to be conscious of other people. You know, that's just me. You know, so if I see anybody, you might see me do this a bit, but you know, again, you know, here I am just doing the walk thing. You know, observing everything. Now I can't zoom in with this little body cam, but make sure I'm not on night vision. Nope, not on night vision. Okay, so that's good. You know, I can turn the camera down a bit, angle it. I can turn it up. You know, in fact, turned it up so it's aiming more or less forward. You know, so yeah, let me get right into it. So, still doing the job market, trying to make arrangements. You know, so I can keep both my cars. It'll probably fail. You know, if you looked up financial mistake, you'll see my picture right next to it. And so that's that. And you know, while I didn't pick up my tracker as a backup vehicle in case, you know, the Cruise ends up getting repossessed, that was not my intent at all. And like, you know, from the get-go, I said the Santa Cruz comes first. And so again, you know, it's just been a roller coaster. And you know, this isn't like a doom and gloom type video. You know, I'm not trying to tell, you know, give sob stories or any of that crap or beg for money. You know, I'm just a random guy who had a life throw a curveball at him. So, you know, I hope you subscribe and watch the videos because you actually want to, and not because I sit here and beg for you to. You know, I haven't heard from my people on Earth. You know, I'm not sure if I will. I know he had an interview. Hopefully he's in a better place financial-wise now. He interviewed at Value Village, which up north where I'm from, it was called Savers. You know, the same company. But you know, hopefully he landed something. You know, I know as of late, when I'm out and about, I wear my old company landscaping shirts when I was up in Mass for the company I used to work for. I know, I'm surprised he didn't ask for it back, because it's technically company property. But, a side note, see somebody wearing, some work shirt, do not answer the door, let them in, blah, 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 it's a precaution. Not that I would do that. I just wear this whenever I see some other landscaping construction company roaming about. Hey, looking for a second set of hands, That way they can at least see that I've done the work. But, again, chat with my brother, and, he did say USA Jobs was starting to post again, so I'm definitely going to hit that up as well. And, again, just trying to be mindful. I know people, may get skittish about being recorded. So my coffee cup is in front of me because there's a couple people walking by. I'm not like trying to be like one of those undercover, recorders or anything like that. But, that's where I stand. I already know what because I took it to a shop and, I got useful information. I now have a full checklist of what it needs, as I've indicated in my other videos. And again, I don't want to sell it, but, it may it's obviously at that point, but whoever ends up with it, I definitely want them to, not have the headaches, that I experienced. And that was called a lesson learned. I mean, I bought it because, I wanted it as like a street legal side-by-side. But, again, if it comes down to somebody hitting me up saying, yeah, I want to buy it, obviously everything I know it needs is going to go with the vehicle. And probably somebody who does buy it, well, they'll have all the parts for it, and they can put it in their garage. So that's that. So I'm still here, still hoping, things turn up and I get a job offer. Anything, I'll take it. Shit, But, I applied at all the so-called, shit jobs, the ones that nobody wants to do, your retail, fast food, not a fucking callback. How ironic the garage I took it to had help wanted sign, but I don't meet their qualifications. Or otherwise, I wouldn't have called them to bring it to the shop. But, for me, it was a good set of useful information. So we'll take it from there. I hope to hear from them Monday, just to see where that goes, and tomorrow rather, just to see where it goes. And obviously I'll trail right out of here and just go a different route. But so again, just taking everything a day at a time. This isn't total gloom and doom. Just exploring, seeing what's out there. And again, I've been living the nomad life, and I may end up doing it again. I mean, I have nothing really tying me to Alexandria, Virginia. There's nothing physically tying me. I'm not married, I don't have kids. So if I see an opportunity like in Colorado, California, Alaska, Florida, wherever, or hell, even in another country, I'm gonna fucking take it. So that's pretty much that. Anyhow, that's it for this recording. Hope you liked the video. I'll talk to you.